Hey, what's up? This is Gavin with N Stuff Music. Today we have a Marshall Astoria dual tube guitar amp. This is part of a really cool line of guitar amps from Marshall, the Astoria line. And they're essentially handmade, hand-wired 1x12 tube guitar combos. They each have sort of a really classic kind of individual identity. This is the dual because it's two-channel. Really kind of a workhorse amp, having one overdrive channel and a great clean sound as well. And let's get right into the specs. This has a 1x12 configuration, which is a Celestion cream back speaker. In the preamp, we have 4 ECC 83 12AX7 preamp tubes. In the output section, we have 2 KT66 power amp tubes. Which are, that's basically a tube configuration that sets this amp up to be really versatile and have a lot of sound combinations. Like I said, this is a 1x12 combo. It's got a pretty big cabinet, so the amp breathes really well. Great finish, sort of with that cool sort of white racing stripe down the center. Yeah, these are great amps, so let's go ahead and look at the front of the amp on the top. We have 2 inputs, a high and low input. Clean volume, which can also be pulled for the channel select, again, because this is a 2-channel amp. Then we have OD gain, which is obviously the gain for the overdrive section. So if the clean volume knob is pulled up, that means the overdrive section is engaged, in which OD gain and OD volume, separate volume for the overdrive channel, are engaged upon pulling this amp, as it says on the top. We have a pull body switch on the OD gain section, which adds exactly 8 decibels of boost to the low end. We have OD volume, like I said earlier, which is just for the overdrive channel. 3-band EQ, treble, middle, bass. Edge switch, which basically makes it brighter or darker, and we have a master volume. A light here to show me that the loop is engaged, which in fact I'm running an MXR carbon copy analog delay through the loop. We also have a pull in the master for power reduction, which takes it from 30 watts down to 5 watts. Standby on and off switch. Like I said, we have an effects loop in the back, which you can select the level for the effects loop. And so, yeah, let's dive right into some clean sounds. Here's sort of the clean. I've got the analog delay turned off completely, so this is just the clean sound from the neck pickup on my Music Man Luke 3. So right there, you can hear that just a well-rounded, clean sound. It's got good bass presence, chimey too as well, which is really nice. If I go to one of the out-of-phase selections. So yeah, like I said, it's great clean sound if I bring the effect in on the loop, which is, like I said, just a delay. Yeah, so this amp, in addition to being a 2-channel amp, is a great platform for pedals, especially you get a great sound out of the loop. Yeah, it's excellent clean channel. I can pull this to engage the overdrive channel. So if I pull this, now the overdrive is engaged. So OD gain and OD volume pertain to this channel, as well as we still have a master volume, because this is definitely a master volume amp. So we can balance the output volume of the overdrive section with the master itself and balance it with the clean channel. So I'll set the gain to about 12 o'clock. Volume probably leave about where it's at. So gain at 12 o'clock on my bridge pickup. If I had the boost that's on the guitar, which pretty much acts sort of like if I had a tube screamer or something, you'll hear it hits the front end pretty well. Really good sort of medium gain setting if I use medium to light gain setting if I want to play blues. If I start to boost the gain a little bit, I'll bring it up to a little bit more, not quite full yet, but you'll hear it really starts to bring into that middle gain territory. This isn't a high gain amp. They're really not trying to be with this line of Marshalls, but it is still just great. Has an excellent kind of chimey, classic British sound to it. If I go full way on the gain, so as you can see for a classic amp, it still has a lot of gain on tap. It's really touch sensitive. I mean, even with the gain all the way up, if I just back a little bit, even on my pick attack, I'll keep the volume up the whole way, but if I keep light on my pick attack, you'll... If I pick harder... And again, that's with the gain the whole way up, and I left the volume knob wide open the entire time. So that's an incredibly impressive feature on this amp, is just, you know, being hand wired and the tube selection that it is and the circuitry. It's very touch sensitive. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the body, which is just basically going to back the gain down a little bit and pull the body switch, which again just adds 8 decibels of boost on the low end. So this is with the gain. With it on, with it off. Really noticeable difference, especially on the Overdrive channel. With it on again. Off. Yeah, it's sort of a great tool, especially depending on the room. I'd use that if I'm in a bigger space and I need sort of more punch from the low end. That's what I'd use. In a smaller space, like small club or something, I probably would steer a little bit clear from using that just because it might be a bit much, but it's great to have the option there. Like I said, 3-band EQ, which I have mostly set straight at 12 o'clock, which is sort of what I like to start an amp at, to tailor how it sounds and just kind of work from there, see if I need to back off treble, take the mids out at all, or increase any bass. Which it's honestly sounded good right now, just at 12 o'clock. All the way down towards the end, we have the edge knob, which just makes it sort of lighter or darker sound. If I go back to clean, that's with 12 o'clock. If I wind it down most of the way. Much darker sound if I wind it back up. So if I were to use this amp, maybe I want to use this amp in sort of a jazz setting. I would back down some of that, maybe take off a tad bit of tone off my neck pickup, and I would just get an excellent sound, I'm sure. So as you can hear, I mean, jazz is really no problem with this amp either, especially with that edge knob. You can add some of the dark character that you want in maybe some solid state amps that are used in jazz. Gives you that option as well. So I'm going to set that right about noon, just because I've got a humbucker guitar. That's sort of what's sitting the best to me. If I show you the power reduction, which again is going to take it from 30 watts down to 5. So. So that's at full volume on my neck pickup. Now if I pull the power reduction, which may not come across as accurately over the camera as it does in person, but here's with the power knob pulled. Again, noticeable difference from 30 watts down to 5. Push it back in. Pull it out again. So again, this amp provides you options, especially when it comes to recording or, small sort of house concert, small club, coffee house sort of setting. Yeah, again, you have options to still have this amp sound good even at reduced wattage. So at this point, I want to switch over to some single coils, well, T-style guitar, as you see behind me. Again, this is Gavin with Nstuff Music. Thanks for checking out the Marshall Astoria Dual today here at Nstuff Music. You can play today at Nstuff Music. Please chat with us online with any questions. You can email us. You can visit the store. We're happy to talk with you, happy to work with you. And again, this is Nstuff Music with the Marshall Astoria Dual. Thank you very much.